it's Jen, and I'm here to share day 5 of my December daily with you, as well as just a little tutorial. I got really sick and got really behind on my December daily, so I'm playing catch up right now. Today I just have day 5 to share with you again because I have a little tutorial to go along with it. But I wanted to show you what I did here. So day 4 had, if you remember, this double page spread with the 2 enlarged photos, and I just printed them so I could punch the holes directly in them and place them in my album. That way they're not in a page protector or anything, and I really love the way that looks. So I knew that on the back of that page I would need to put a full page of something. I could have put patterned paper there or something else, but day 5 was when we set up our tree, and so I decided to put a full page photo of our tree, and I put some digital art on it as well as my journaling, but I also wanted to show you specifically how and why I did this little part. So the photo that I took was going to get really cut off when I cropped it into the size that it needed to be, which is 7 by 8 1/4 to fit in with the other page protectors here. And so what I decided to do was, rather than crop it in a way that it cut off the tree skirt or it cut off the top of the tree, I decided to just extend it so that there was this white space on the side of the photo that was cropped. And I'll show you this because I'm going to show you how I did this on the computer. But I decided to just fill this space with a pattern. And I used the Ali Edwards December Daily Transparencies digital files to do that with. And so I filled this space with that. I also used those same digital files to do a cut file, and I made this page out of watercolor paper because it's sturdy and thick. And that's the only reason I used the watercolor paper, because it's so thick. And I cut this little star paper out of it using my silhouette. So I just traced it and cut it out. So those both come from the December Daily Transparencies, and I love the way that they turned out. I just embossed my white chipboard 5 with some glitter embossing powder from Recollections, stapled this word cozy, this little ticket, which is, it ties in with some of my journaling. I'm talking about how we put our Christmas tree downstairs this year because my parents are living with us, and they kind of took over the living room upstairs, and we've kind of taken the family room over downstairs. We have our own little spaces to just kind of make it easier with everyone living together. And so they had a Christmas tree upstairs and we had ours downstairs. And so I'm talking about how, even though it was different and weird, I found my peace with it, and I really liked the way that it cozied up the downstairs. And so that's where that all came in. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to the video to show you how I did this part. But I'm not going to show you how I did this cut file. I just traced it in Silhouette Studio and cut it out, which I've done before. And so if you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer that for you. But this is a pretty simple spread, and look forward to more videos sharing more pages coming up soon. But like I said, I was under the weather and got a little behind. So I'm sharing day 5 with you today. Thanks so much for watching.
Hey guys, it's Jen, and I just wanted to show you how I added a little bit of real estate to my photo to be able to include a full page photo in my December Daily album. So I wanted to use this photo of our Christmas tree to back. I have a photo in my album, and I think I'm probably going to film it and show you before this part of the video starts. But it's a full page in the album. It's not slid into a pocket or anything, so it needs to be a little bit bigger than 6 by 8. And the size that I have found works pretty well is 7 by 8 1/4. And so I wanted to crop this photo to that size. So I went to my crop tool, and I'm going to change this to width height resolution, and then I can go ahead and put in those dimensions. So I want the width to be 7, I want the height to be 8.25 and 300 pixels. And you can see here that I am going to cut off the top of my tree, or I'm going to cut off the tree skirt, and I really want the full thing in there. And so I was having like a bit of an inner struggle about how to crop this, and because when I took the photo I just cropped it too tight. I thought it would be okay, and it probably would if I weren't doing this particular photo size. But I found a solution that I thought looked really cute, and I probably will do it again sometime in the album just for continuity and also because I thought it looked cute. But what I decided to do was go ahead and drag this so that it crops all the way down to the bottom of the photo, and you can see it has this white space on the side. And what it's doing is whatever color is in this background color is what the blank space will fill in as. So if I were to flip this to black, that space would be black. I'm going to go ahead and leave it white, and I'm going to show you what I did to kind of fill this space in, because I thought, you know, this could work and I could just punch holes in the white space, and that would be really cute. But even better, I can put a pattern in there. So what I did was I took Allie's December Daily Transparency digital overlays, and there is this one called Branches and Snow, which is super, super cute. And it just comes like this, and you can do whatever you want with it. I like to have my windows floating, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And I'm actually going to choose to arrange float all in windows. And then I have my two pieces like this. Now, I didn't push OK on the crop before I moved over to this. So let me do that really quickly here. And I'm going to move this to the top, and then I'll drag it out so it fills the whole thing. I'm going to click the checkbox to apply it. And now I am ready to go ahead and put my Branches and Snow. Now I wanted to make this a color, so I decided to go for a green color. And so what I'm going to do to fill that in is I am going to come here to my color picker, and I'm going to just kind of pull a color from the photo. Now that color looks really nice. It's kind of an olivey green, so I'm just going to go ahead with it and click OK. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and fill in this this digital overlay with that green color. And so you can go to Edit, Fill, and whatever color is in this foreground box, if you have foreground color chose right here for contents, that's what's going to fill in. Now I'm going to have Preserve Transparency clicked, so all it's going to fill in is the black spaces. So I click OK, and you can see that all of it is green now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this over onto my photo, and I can go ahead and place this in that space that's open there. And I do want to make it a little bit bigger. It doesn't quite fill that whole space because they're sized at 6 by 8, and this is a little bit larger. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and just drag this a little bit so that it fills it all in, and then I can move it over. Now, when I decided to go ahead and keep the background white here, but you could make that any color that you wanted. So I could go ahead and fill that in with, let's say I wanted to do maybe a lighter green or something. This might be hard on the eyes, but just to show you an example, this is how I would do it, and maybe it's not the best way to do it, but just go ahead and, oops, well, that's not going to work. I could fill this in. Let's see. That doesn't want to work. Or you could do it in here, and you can get a glimpse of what it would look like, and then you could flatten this image and then drag it over. So what I could do is I have it filled in, and you can see there are a few spaces that aren't quite filled in. And so what I would do is I would just fill those in with my paint bucket tool, because for me that's the easiest way. There might be a better way, but I'm not sure of it. And then what I would do is then I could drag this thing over and I could put it here. So that's how I would do that actually. So you could make it a color if you wanted to, but I found that the white was going to work best for me. So that's how I did this little thing, and then I just poked holes in it. I think it's a really fun way to add a little bit. It kind of looks like washi tape. I could have also just actually placed real washi tape, printed this photo out this size, and then put washi tape on the side and poked holes through it, and that could have been the way that I extended my page. But I really liked the way this looked, and so I encourage you to give something like that a try. Thanks for watching.